Hello to all our English learning friends from every corner of the world. Welcome back to the Duply English podcast, your favorite cozy corner to master English naturally through real everyday conversations. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Sam. Hey, Chloe, let me start with a funny question today. Have you ever stood in front of a cafe counter, stared at the menu, and felt like you weren't ordering a drink, but instead trying to read a complicated chemistry research paper?
Oh, absolutely. Just the other day, I walked into a coffee shop and saw something called a nitro cold brew with citrus undertones and a velvety finish. I literally thought to myself, wait, am I just looking for a morning drink or am I applying to join a secret space exploration agency?
A coffee secret society. To be honest, that is exactly how I feel. I just wanted something warm in a cup, but the menu was flooded with these intense words: cortado, flat white, cold drip, tasting notes.
And the funniest part is how we all stand there pretending we completely get it. We just nod along at the barista like, yes, brilliant, of course. But inside, our brains are screaming, please just don't ask me any follow-up questions.
Right. And then they throw the ultimate curveball. What kind of milk would you prefer? Oat, almond, soy, or regular? Suddenly, picking a coffee feels like passing a major psychological personality test. Do I really need to make this many life decisions for one single cup? At that moment, I just need a friend to gently hold my hand and whisper, Sam, stop overthinking it and just order a cappuccino.
And that is precisely why today's episode is going to be so much fun. We are diving into coffee culture in English today, but we promise it won't be a boring lecture on standard cafe vocabulary.
Exactly. We're focusing on the real-life stories behind our coffee habits, the morning routines, the confusing menus, the cozy cafes, the simple coffee lovers versus the ultra-fancy coffee lovers, and those quiet little moments that somehow become a highlight of your day.
And as you listen to us chat, please don't stress about understanding every word perfectly. Just pay attention to the flow of the sentences, the natural rhythm, and how one thought connects to the next.
Yeah, because listening mindfully does something amazing for your brain. Before you even try to speak, your mind is silently gathering real-world examples of how English actually works.
Exceptionally well said. You might hear a phrase today like, that feels intimidating, or I need a little pick-me-up. And later down the road, when you want to speak, those words won't feel so out of reach. They will already be resting comfortably in your mind, ready to go.
Beautifully put. So just sit back, relax, shadow any lines you like, and let this conversation do the heavy lifting for your English. Later on, we'll pull out a few highly useful words from our chat and break them down so you can use them naturally. But first, Sam, I need the absolute truth.
Oh boy, what's the question?
Are you strictly simple coffee person, or do you secretly lean toward the fancy side?
I really want to say I'm a simple guy, but my long history of ordering extra sweet caramel lattes definitely says otherwise.
Okay, let's talk about that.
See, I love the idea of being a minimalist black coffee drinker, sitting in a corner with a serious face and quiet confidence. But the second I see caramel or whipped cream on a menu, my quiet confidence packs its bags and leaves the building.
Chloe, thank you for being honest. But honestly, I think a ton of people are secretly like that. They claim they just want basic coffee, but their actual order tells a completely different story.
Some people want that intense, bold kick. Others want a rich, creamy texture. And let's be honest, some people just want a drink that looks stunning in a photograph.
And that is the best part about coffee talk. Your order acts like a mirror for your current mood. For instance, if I order a straight espresso, I'm basically projecting, I am an incredibly busy and important person today.
And if I order a caramel latte with extra syrup, then I am silently pleading with the world, please be exceptionally kind to me today because life has been exhausting.
That is the most beautifully honest coffee explanation I've ever heard. What about your own preference, Chloe? Simple or fancy?
When it comes to the actual drink, I'm pretty simple. However, I care deeply about the environment. If a cafe feels genuinely beautiful and calm, I can drink a basic latte and be completely thrilled.
Ah, interesting. So while I'm out here chasing the exact flavor, you're out there chasing the perfect feeling.
Yes, the coffee itself can be standard, but the vibe around it has to be special.
That's great, but before we can enjoy that perfect vibe, we always have to survive the most stressful hurdle first.
And what hurdle is that?
The massive menu board. Honestly, some cafe menus are deeply intimidating.
That is painfully accurate. Intimidating basically describes something that makes you feel anxious, nervous, or insecure because it looks incredibly complex or difficult.
Exactly. And certain coffee shops have mastered the art of doing that. I stare at the board and think, look, I know English, but I definitely do not know this specific language.
Sam, that is a universal struggle. Single origin, pour over, bright acidity, floral finish. It's a lot.
Right? I'm just internally begging, can someone just give me a normal cup of coffee? But the funny thing is, even native English speakers get completely bewildered when menus get that theatrical.
Well, that makes me feel much better. But here's a great tip for our listeners. You don't actually have to decode every single word on that board. You can simply describe the experience you want to the barista.
That sounds infinitely less stressful already.
It really is. You can just tell them, I want something mild, or I prefer something creamy, or even, I don't want anything too sweet.
Oh, wow. So instead of pretending I understand a massive, complex menu, I can just talk about the flavor profiles I actually enjoy.
Absolutely. You can also casually ask, is this particular option strong? It sounds incredibly natural, and it completely saves you from accidentally ordering a mysterious drink you hate.
I love that perspective. The menu might be overly complicated, but your English doesn't have to be.
Beautifully said. And once your order's sorted, the very next thing you truly notice is the space itself, the soft lighting, the background music, and the rich aroma.
Yes, the entire aesthetic. For me, the cafe's ambiance is easily half the experience.
Ambiance. What a fantastic word. It refers to the overall mood, atmosphere, or feeling that a specific place possesses. It's built from a mix of things like the lighting, the music choice, the scents, the furniture design, and even the general noise level. So if a cafe features warm lights, low jazz, and a peaceful energy, we can say it has a wonderful ambiance.
Yes, or an incredibly cozy ambiance. I totally get that. Some cafes make your shoulders drop and make you feel completely relaxed the moment you walk through the door.
And then there are the ones that do the exact opposite.
Oh, tell me about it. Blinding white lights, screeching chairs, people shouting over each other, and tiny tables where you can barely balance your cup. Sitting there feels less like drinking coffee and more like swallowing a massive cup of pure stress.
Swallowing a cup of pure stress? That is incredibly vivid, Sam. A great cafe should help you exhale, not make you feel like you're running late for a flight you didn't even book.
Exactly. A great space has a tangible feeling. You step inside and your body automatically goes, okay, we can slow down and stay here a while.
That is it precisely. A beautiful environment gives people permission to slow down. I once visited a cafe that was overflowing with green plants, playing soft acoustic tracks with beautiful wooden desks. The moment I opened up my laptop, I instantly felt incredibly creative.
Did you actually get any real work done, though?
No, not at all, but I felt creative. And honestly, that counts for something, right?
Hey, inspiration matters. So, ambiance isn't about the actual beverage, it's entirely about the environment surrounding the beverage.
Precisely. And our listeners can use this word for all kinds of locations, not just coffee shops. You can describe a boutique hotel, a restaurant, a bedroom, or even a study area. For example, this room has a very peaceful ambiance. Love it, Chloe. I understand your cafe preferences now. But some people don't care about going out at all. They prefer creating their own coffee moments right at home. Yes, that is where coffee transforms into a highly personal routine. For so many individuals, their morning coffee is an absolute ritual. A ritual? So it's distinct from just a standard habit? Yes, there's a beautiful difference. A habit is just something you do automatically, but a ritual is a regular action that carries meaning, comfort, or a special significance for you. For instance, brushing your teeth is a daily habit, but taking your time to brew coffee in the quiet morning before the chaos starts, that is a ritual. Ah, I see, because there's an emotional connection attached to the action. In that case, my morning coffee ritual is incredibly basic. I brew the coffee, hold the warm mug, stare blankly at a wall, and wait patiently for my personality to reboot. Hey, that absolutely counts as a perfect ritual. Good, because I was slightly worried it sounded a bit too dramatic. Not at all, Sam. It sounds beautifully human. A morning ritual doesn't need to look picture perfect. Its only job is to help you gently transition into the day. I really love that phrasing, transitioning into the day, because sometimes waking up feels like being aggressively pushed into a business meeting you never agreed to attend. Too real. My own ritual is very quiet. I make my coffee, sit down in silence for a few minutes, and make a conscious effort not to check my phone right away. An effort? So you don't always succeed? Hey, I'm only human, but that one intentional minute completely shifts my morning. It gives me a soft start before the emails, notifications, and noise take over. So the coffee acts like a physical cue, like, okay, the day is officially beginning. Our listeners can adapt this word for so many routines: a morning ritual, a study ritual, a bedtime ritual, or a weekend ritual. Absolutely. Someone could naturally say, listening to English while enjoying my coffee is a staple of my morning ritual. That sounds incredibly natural and sophisticated. But not everyone enjoys coffee the same way. Certain tastes take a lot of time to appreciate. Yes, which brings us to one of the biggest dividing lines in coffee culture: straight black coffee. Look, I deeply respect black coffee drinkers, but I will never truly understand them. That's totally fair. For the vast majority of people, black coffee is very much an acquired taste. An acquired taste means something you actively dislike at first, but slowly learn to appreciate and enjoy over time, right? Exactly. On your first try, black coffee can taste incredibly bitter and harsh, but after a while, your palate shifts, and you start noticing the subtle, rich flavors underneath. The only thing my palate notices is deep sadness. I'm sorry, Chloe, but my taste buds have definitely not acquired anything close to that yet. Don't worry about it. It's not a requirement. But the phrase itself is incredibly handy because it doesn't mean something is objectively bad. It just means it takes time to love. Right. And we can apply it to so many things beyond beverages, like dark chocolate, strong blue cheese, complex jazz music, abstract films, or even someone's very dry humor. You can say, this style of music is definitely an acquired taste. Spot on, Sam. And if you do eventually start liking it, the advanced pattern is, I acquired a taste for black coffee. Wow, that sounds very polished. Maybe I'll get to use that sentence in a few years, but definitely not today. For now, I am staying completely loyal to milk. And presumably a generous splash of caramel. Yes, absolutely. I knew I was going to face some judgment for that. I promise I'm not judging. I'm just pointing out that sometimes a fancy, sweet coffee is a wonderful indulgence. Indulgence? Wow, that word sounds incredibly elegant. It is a beautiful word. An indulgence is a small pleasure, luxury, or treat, usually something extra that you intentionally allow yourself to enjoy just for the happiness it brings. Oh, wow. So my sweet caramel latte isn't a sign of weakness. It's just my personal sweet indulgence. That is brilliant marketing, Sam. I love it. And an indulgence doesn't have to be grand or expensive. It can be a flavored coffee, a fresh pastry, sleeping in late on a Sunday, or enjoying a nice dessert after dinner. It's something you technically don't need to survive, but it makes you feel pampered. And the word feels so gentle. It sounds like you're giving yourself permission to enjoy a tiny luxury without feeling a single drop of guilt, because a lot of people feel bad about enjoying little treats. So true. But a tiny indulgence can make a completely ordinary day feel so much brighter. After a grueling week of work, a specialty coffee and a cookie can feel like a miniature celebration. That is a flawless example. So I can easily say, a rich caramel latte is my absolute favorite weekend indulgence. Incredibly natural. Or treating myself to a pastry with my coffee is a simple indulgence. Perfect. I feel like using this word has turned my entire lifestyle around. I am no longer just a guy who likes sugary coffee. I am officially a connoisseur of fine indulgences. That sounds slightly dangerous, but we'll roll with it. Now, while an indulgence is all about pure pleasure, coffee also serves a highly practical purpose in our daily lives: energy. Oh yes, the afternoon survival cup, the emergency caffeine hit. Exactly. So many people rely on coffee as a quick pick-me-up. A pick-me-up refers to something that quickly restores your energy or lifts your spirits when you're feeling tired, sluggish, or down. Perfect definition. While coffee is the classic pick-me-up, it certainly doesn't have to be the only option. A brisk walk outside, a high-energy song, or a healthy snack can serve as a perfect pick-me-up. I consistently hit a wall where I desperately need one around 3 p.m. every single day. What exactly happens to you at 3 p.m.? My brain starts processing things like a desktop computer from 1995. Extremely slow loading speeds. If someone asks me a basic question, there's just a tiny spinning loading circle inside my head for a solid minute. Sam, that is the most relatable image ever. And then I grab a coffee, and 20 minutes later, the system reboots and everything is running smoothly again. So for me, afternoon coffee is entirely functional. Morning coffee is for basic survival. Afternoon coffee is for system repairs. That is a brilliant way to divide it. And our listeners can drop this phrase seamlessly into daily chats. For instance, I really need a quick pick-me-up before this big presentation. Or, a cup of green tea is my go-to afternoon pick-me-up. It's such a friendly, conversational phrase. So we've explored taste, routine, aesthetics, pleasure, and energy. But there is one final dimension of coffee culture that has very little to do with the liquid inside the cup and everything to do with the person sitting across from you. The beautiful social element. Coffee is arguably the easiest, lowest pressure reason to connect with another human being. So true. Saying, let's grab a coffee sometime, sounds incredibly casual, but what it actually translates to is, let's sit down and share a real conversation. It feels safe and completely relaxed. Yeah, it's definitely a million times better than saying, would you be open to scheduling a highly intense, formal conversation regarding the current state of our personal lives? Please, whatever you do, never say that to anyone, Chloe. Stick to coffee. It's much safer. Much safer. And that is exactly why coffee works beautifully across so many different scenarios. Old friends catching up, colleagues taking a mental break, two people meeting for a first date, or even someone seeking professional advice. It gives the human connection a very comfortable frame. Exactly. You don't have to plunge straight into deep, heavy topics. You can start by commenting on the drink, the cozy setup of the cafe, or the weather, and then the dialogue opens up naturally. This is exceptionally comforting for English learners because coffee gives you easy conversation starters. You can ask, do you prefer hot or iced coffee? What's your go-to order? Do you know any good cafes around here? Fantastic examples. Real, deep connections are often built entirely from small, ordinary questions. That is incredibly comforting to remember. You don't need a groundbreaking topic. Sometimes you just need a warm cup, a comfortable chair, and one genuine question. Beautifully said, Sam. Look at you, gradually turning into a true cafe philosopher. Slowly but surely, Chloe. So today, we really looked at coffee from every possible angle. The menu struggle, the physical space, the morning routine, the evolving taste buds, the little luxuries, the energy boosts, and the human connections. Yes, and each of these topics hands our listeners a brand new way to discuss their daily lives confidently in English. Now, I think it's time to transition into our highly anticipated word tour and slow things down. The word tour. Deep dive into vocabulary. Let's jump right in with our first word, ritual. This is the perfect noun to use when a repetitive habit feels deeply meaningful or comforting to you. Exactly. Saying I drink coffee every single morning sounds like a mechanical habit, but saying my morning coffee is a sacred ritual adds a beautiful layer of feeling, because a ritual is a regular action done in a mindful, special way. It is a noun, so you can pair it naturally as a ritual, my ritual, a morning ritual, or a study ritual. Example, taking my time to brew coffee on a quiet Sunday truly feels like a ritual. Pronunciation, ritual. Moving on to our second word, ambiance. This is your go-to noun when you want to vividly paint a picture of the vibe or feeling of a physical space. Perfect. It's not about the coffee, it's about the environment. Since it's a noun, we frequently combine it with descriptive words like a nice ambiance, a cozy ambiance, a warm ambiance, or a peaceful ambiance. Example, I absolutely love the ambiance of this boutique hotel. It's incredibly serene. Natural patterns. You can tell a friend, this cafe has a wonderful ambiance. Or if it's too loud and bright, the ambiance here really isn't for me. Our third phrase is the ultimate defense for strong flavors. Acquired taste. Yes, use this noun phrase when you talk about something you strongly dislike initially, but gradually learn to love over time. Because acquired starts with a vowel sound, remember to always use the article an acquired taste. Example, for many people, dark chocolate or strong cheese is very much an acquired taste. Advanced pattern, if you want to use the verb form, you can say, I gradually acquired a taste for jazz music over the summer. Next up, a word for anyone who has ever felt personally targeted by a fancy menu, intimidating. This adjective describes something that makes you feel anxious, tiny, or hesitant because it appears highly complex or serious. Here is a vital grammar tip for our learners. Intimidating describes the thing causing the fear, the menu, while intimidated describes the person's internal feelings. Example 1. The advanced English textbook looked incredibly intimidating at first glance. Example 2. I felt completely intimidated when trying to order in a foreign language. Pro tip phrase, don't let the complex menu intimidate you. Now for a much softer, delightful word, indulgence. The word that finally brought respect to Sam's sweet coffee choices. An indulgence is a noun that represents a small luxury or treat that you allow yourself to enjoy purely for the happiness it brings. Example, sleeping in late on a rainy Saturday is my favorite little indulgence. Action word, or verb, indulge, and it almost always pairs with the preposition in. Indulge in something. For example, after a grueling week of exams, I decided to indulge in a giant slice of chocolate cake. And our final phrase for today is the ultimate afternoon savior. Pick me up. Yes, the noun that means something to quickly boost your physical energy or elevate your mood when you feel tired. When writing it out as a noun, remember to always include the hyphens, pick me up. Example, a brisk 10-minute walk out in the fresh air is a fantastic afternoon pick-me-up. Crucial difference. Without hyphens, pick me up is a verb phrase about transportation, like, can you pick me up from the station at 6? With hyphens, a pick me up is all about an energy boost. Brilliant! And that officially brings us to the finish line of today's word tour. 6 incredible vocabulary pieces, 1 deep dive into coffee culture, and a collection of fresh sentences you can immediately start practicing. Yes, and now we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us, are you a simple coffee person or do you love a fancy option? Try using just one simple sentence. For example, I am a simple coffee person, or an iced latte is my ultimate weekend indulgence. And never forget, every single time you listen closely, spot new phrases, and shadow our voices, your spoken English naturally becomes a bit more fluent. Keep moving forward, one small sentence at a time. Take wonderful care of your English and take great care of your heart. I'm Chloe, I'm Sam, and you have been listening to the Dopely English Podcast. Bye-bye, everyone. See you in the next episode.